Yo, 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 what's going on? This is the NRW, where nerds rule the world. We are back with something or nothing. Your boy Kuya P, the Adobro, the Babinka boy, the Dinner Guan destroyer of the Show Pal Show. And we're missing part of the team. So shout out to Tranquil Ashes. We love you, girl. Can't wait to have you back. But we have returning because we missed them last episode. What up to my man Roohkage? How you doing, brother?
It's going down. I'm chilling, man. I'm good to be back.
Good to
I
see
missed
you,
the
man.
last episode, man. Just some work stuff, but it's all good.
Hey,
It
man,
looked
you
like you
getting
guys
paid,
had
man. Let's get that
class.
money. Get money. That's what it is. It's all
Exactly.
good. We'll make your fam. So we'll adjust. We'll make the
Yes,
adjustments and we'll
sir.
have fun, man. So,
You guys look like you had a good time, though, dude.
hey,
Like,
man, you missed a
I
great
love
one.
the topics.
You missed a great
It
one.
was,
It
it
was
was.
fun. And
You
we,
guys were
we
talking
gave you
about
some
some real
shout
shit.
outs. But
I
we'll
appreciate
bring
it.
them back. We'll bring them back. We'll definitely have them
Definitely.
back. So shout out to Neptune Suicide. Shout out to Spidey Spice, and shout out to Maki Rose Chop Shop. Good times. Yeah, had a lot of fun talking about OnlyFans, sex work. Bruh, if do you think you could get into that game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
you can rock and roll that if you know if you wanted to.
My girl was cool. If I
You
if
cool with
if she
that?
was comfortable with it, I just
Yeah,
have to see where I'd lie in all of that and
yeah,
everything. I respect it because I know like especially now that I've heard in detail what it takes to do all that. I knew
yeah,
it wasn't easy.
yeah.
Making content, as you know, doing all this as we do is not easy.
Nah,
But just on that level of that vulnerability and putting your body out there and just
yeah,
not even looking for self-approval, but just putting yourself out there in general because you want to make a living off of that.
yeah.
It's I tip my hat off to those folks, and I wish I was able to tell them that in person because that's really hard. I feel like to do because
Yeah, to
I don't
own your
know, it's
sexuality,
crazy.
and like I said during my joint, if my body was like my homie Spidey Spice, man, um, and
That would make it
I was
easier.
comfortable with
Make
that,
it way easier.
you know what I'm saying? I would rock it. Why not? If people was willing to give me money just to flex, shit, you know what I'm saying? I've had a little too much lumpia to do that right now. But yeah, I think to each their own. If that's your hustle, you know what I'm saying? We're all here to live life and be happy. And if that's what you want to do with your
Exactly.
life, then it's not hurting anyone else. That's that's my only stipulation. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody else, and you doing your truth and living your truth, then live your fucking life, man. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna knock that hustle. You know?
No, it's a good hustle if you can make it. So definitely yeah, shouts out to them. I can't wait to see what we got going on like for in the future, like
Yeah.
having people on and whatnot. But
Yeah, there's a
let's
lot
get
of
into
things we
today's
want to
topic.
still talk on that. There's so many more questions, but
Yeah,
we
no,
we were all
it's
having way too much
go
fun
ahead.
because it was a bunch of friends. But yeah, we'll have them back on, and I definitely want you to be there because you'll bring some new
Hell yeah.
insight as well. You know what I'm saying? Would love to get that from you, brother.
Yeah, man, I was thinking about it too as listening because like I told you before, I listened to it like 2 or 3 times back. I was like, everyone sounded like they had their own little. I don't have no experience in it like that. You know what I mean? I have
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah,
background. I've watched it like everybody else.
yeah.
So I feel like coming from like a fan's perspective, especially of one of like an actual person there where I can, give that feedback that y'all were talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it could have had a different trajectory as to where the conversation went. So
Okay.
definitely we're gonna touch back up on that next time.
Hell yeah,
But
definitely.
let's get into today's topics, man. It's been a minute. I got to get back into this podcast mode
All right,
because it's
let's we can break
been
away,
so
man. Work
long.
it in. You know what I'm saying? Well, what you been up to, man? Let's just have general convo before we bring that
Yeah,
in.
let's
You know what I'm
talk
saying?
about something.
There's been a lot of stuff like in the pop culture sphere. Falcon
You've
and the
been
Winter
busy.
Soldier just
Yep.
ended up, finished off. How'd you dig the ending of the finale? And let's not call it Falcon and the Winter Soldier anymore.
Yeah.
We got a
It's
Captain
Captain
America now, y'all,
America
and
and
he's
the Winter
black.
Soldier,
I love it.
and he's amazing at it. He does
Yeah.
his thing well. I loved it. I actually watched this one completely different than WandaVision. As to
Mhm.
like WandaVision, it was me and my girl every Friday morning on the couch, ready to go for what happens next. And life got caught up with me so much during Falcon and the Winter Soldier that I didn't really watch it per week. So I was like not looking at social media a whole lot, making sure I wasn't getting no spoilers because we live in an age where you cannot miss that shit now.
Yeah.
And I finally caught up. I think like that Thursday before that Friday where it drops and everything. So I finally caught all the way up. What happened with what's his name? John Walker. Is that the wannabe captain? Yeah.
Mhm.
So I found out about that. Great arc for him as just a
yeah.
character. You know, like I think I forget the actual actor's name, so I'm apologize about that. But I know it's Kurt Russell's kid.
Yeah, Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell's
Wyatt
kid.
Russell.
Yeah, he
And
killed that man. He killed that role, bro.
It.
And
because
I
hated him.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And the dude's he played the fuck out that role. And I don't know if you had heard, man, but like he was getting death threats because some people take this shit for real.
I don't get that.
Like, are you fucking?
I don't get
me?
that, man. Like, if he makes you want to kill him in the moment because you're watching him and you just hate that character, I get that. Like, the man did his job, but that's what you applaud them for. That's not what you like, you know, get on them about.
Exactly.
Like, why the fuck do we have villains if you're gonna go after the person that has to betray him? Are you gonna do that to Joaquin Phoenix because he played Joker? Like, I bet you Heath Ledger didn't get that kind of sweat for being Joker. So I don't know. It's really, I feel like that's where nerds get a bad rap, is like the crazies really be out there doing some like shit that's not cool, but you know, that's for another topic. I did like Falcon and the Winter Soldier though. I thought it had a great ending. I loved the story they had with the original Black Super Soldier. I haven't watched the show since, so I can't even remember names right now, but like everything they just did with it, the writing was spot on. I liked Bucky's, like he finally came to terms with everything, and he finally can let go of that whole Winter Soldier shit, and like he can just start a new life and stuff. And it was a good show, man. Marvel is killing it, and you know I'm a DC head, but I give credit when credit is due. And I'm not hating us to any. I can't wait for Loki to come out. I can't wait for Eternals. Like Black Widow should have been come out by now, but you know we're still waiting on that. I love Scarlet, so I can't wait to see what she's done with this role.
Okay. Cool, man. Yeah, it was good shit, man. There's a lot of still shows that are still popping off and going on. What are you watching? And I also have a recommendation for you for a show that just came out the day of this recording that we're doing.
It just came out today?
Yeah, on Netflix. I'll go ahead and break it, man. Yasuke on Netflix, the Black Samurai, real true story. You know, there was a black samurai by the name of some people might pronounce it because it's spelled Yasuke, Yasuke, but it's Yasuke, and it's done. The executive producer behind the series is a friend of mine, LaShawn Thomas, who you know from Boondocks, who you also know from Black Dynamite, the anime. He also did Cannon Busters, which was his creation from back when he used to write and publish comic books. Because I knew him from back when he was in the comic book game, when he was on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as the artist on that. And then he created his Cannon Busters, and then the motherfucker started working with Aaron Magruder doing the Boondock shit, and then just blowing the fuck up. Now he lives in Japan and shit. I'm trying to give the brother a call because I'm trying to get the interview down so I can like be like, yeah, this is my boy right here. But the brother ain't returning my calls yet, so I'm gonna have to hit him up in another fashion. But yeah, my boy LaShawn Thomas, he dropped Yasuke today. It stars with the title character of Yasuke, Lakeith Stanfield. I think I'm fucking up Lakeith's last name. Is it Steinfield or I don't know. But you know Lakeith from where do we know Lakeith from? Damn it, with my man Donald Glover on Atlanta. He's on Atlanta. Okay. You know him from Sorry to Bother You. That was one of his other films he was in.
Oh, same dude?
Yeah, started.
Okay.
Yeah. Lakeith, man, has been killing it. He's been doing his thing, man. He plays Yasuke, and there's also a dope soundtrack on there. But the series just dropped on Netflix, man. You're gonna want to check it out. It's
the same cat that was on. He was on the Fred Hampton movie.
Oh yes.
Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yes, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Bro's killing it, bro.
Yeah,
I love him.
Yeah.
I'm definitely checking that out today.
Check that out, man.
Yes,
the series, out on Netflix. I will
let you know next episode how I liked it.
We need it, bro. Since if you're gonna check it out, you know what? I'm gonna call it now. If you check it out, I'm gonna, I'm definitely watching it. Let's do a review for the channel.
All right, bet.
Bet. All right, there we
We'll
go.
get that. We'll get that going.
All right.
Look
And then
out
hopefully with
look out for
Sean,
our
if you
reviews.
peep this, you're probably not gonna peep this right now. Return to Brothers Call. I want to get an
Get that
interview in.
interview.
You know what
That
I'm
interview.
saying? So yeah,
Let's
that's
do it.
that just dropped, man. There's a lot of new projects that are dropping, man. A lot of shows I'm watching, but
All right.
I'm getting sidetracked, and
No,
because I know we like to have a topic every week now.
yeah,
Again,
yeah, yeah.
I'm coming to the reason why this is also something to nothing, because I do so much. I let you and Tranquil kind of hold it down, because I just kind of want to have fun with y'all.
Yeah, you got so
So
much going on, bro. It's unbelievable. Like the things you
exactly.
tell me
So
off, you guys wouldn't even believe.
so
But
Rue, what we gonna talk about today, brother?
yeah, I was thinking all week about this. Like I was telling you, where I thought it would be dope for you, me, and Tranquil to just bring up like certain, I feel like things that most people can maybe relate to growing up and
Yeah.
seeing if that is true. Because like as we like to do on this show, we like to see how more common alike we are than we are different, because
Yeah.
we all come from different backgrounds. It's kind of crazy when friends from across the country can get together and meet and
Hell
make
yeah. I
something,
love it,
you know what I'm
man. East
saying?
to west right now.
So East and West, and it's just like also different eras of generations and stuff. Are you considered like Gen Xer?
You know what? I think that is what they call my generation. Uh, because
Something like
I'm an
that,
old head,
right?
bro. Like when you get
You're
us,
an
I
OG
guess
for sure.
I
Yeah.
don't even think about that stuff, but I think that is what they call my grouping. What is your grouping? Because again,
I'm
I
a
don't keep up with
millennial.
this stuff. You're the
I'm
millennial
I'm
generation.
I'm the millennial generation, the one everyone's always like complaining
Yeah, talking
about.
shit on.
So I'm like, whatever, man. I'm here, and I'm gonna make the best of it.
Yeah,
And then there's my brother's age, where I don't even know what your kids would be considered, because they're even younger than my brothers,
that's
and
right.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what comes after Gen Z, because that's what they are. The Gen Zers.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They have to go into
That's
numbers.
but and
It's
now
funny.
because of the pandemic influence and shit now, I'm sure
Oh, we just
I'm
call them
curious if they're
COVID
gonna
kids.
throw that on them, you know?
I think instead of Gen, they're just gonna call them COVID kids.
COVID kids. That actually has a more ring to it.
It does, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a t-shirt.
wow. Crazy.
But yeah, man. So I don't even know really how to start off this topic. I guess we're just gonna figure this one out as we go. But hey,
Yeah, yeah.
that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
How was your lunch situation growing up in school? Did you have home lunch? Did you get school
Shit.
lunch?
I had a mixture of both. Like my parents would pack me a lunch. Um and also I had like the normal peanut butter and jelly type
Yeah.
joints if it was my pops or actually both. But then when my mom would cook Filipino food, I'm sure you hear this in films and stuff. And then if you're a fan of Filipino comedians, they talk about this in their sets, where we
Hmm.
have like the uh, what do you call it? Like there's a Danish butter cookie. It was like a specific brand of like cookie, right? But like
That
after the
tin
cookies were
can?
gone, huh?
Yeah. The tin can?
Yeah, there was like a tin can. And like
Yeah.
once the cookies were all ate up, right? They would reuse
Yeah.
that shit as like a
Hmm.
container and put your meal in there. So like the traditional, like if my mom made like Filipino food with like rice and like a certain like it'd go up into that can. And really that's supposed to stay in like a fridge and shit. That shouldn't be like something a kid could bring because it stays out all day, and
That's
how
in
do you
your
even
cubby.
warm that shit up, right? But we were doing that
Yeah.
kind of shit, and then you would just eat the shit out the fucking can. But that was few and far between with me. There was those moments though, so I could relate to a lot of Filipino comedians when they bring up that topic in their
Hmm.
jokes and shit. But it was a lot of peanut butter and jelly. And I actually have a question for you in regards to peanut butter and jelly, because
Okay.
I've seen cultural differences with people of color and white people, and
Hmm.
and East and West. I was a
Yeah.
strawberry and peanut butter cat, right? That was my
Okay.
peanut butter and jelly. My wife, who's black, would always
Hmm.
have grape and peanut butter. What was
Hmm.
yours?
What's crazy is my household always had both, and it didn't even always have both. It was just there's so many different types of people that liked both in the household that it was just
Okay.
always smart. I'm a grape guy
Okay.
myself, but
Yeah.
I can have strawberry because
Yeah.
I am not picky.
And I
Like preferably I'm
actually
grape.
I didn't even have a choice in the matter because it was my
Oh
parents making
no,
it.
not when you're a
Like
kid. No, yeah.
exactly. It was always Smucker's strawberry and like a
Like,
Jiffy
that's the
peanut
good
butter,
one.
or when they wanted to save a few ends, it'd be like some other kind of peanut butter. And I actually
Yeah.
had a particular peanut butter that I liked, but then they would always give me the peanut butter I didn't like because they were trying to save money. I'm like, what the fuck? It's peanut butter. But
No, I
I
feel
didn't
you.
even have a choice. It was always strawberry. I wish like I got down with the grape game with my wife.
Mhm.
Like,
See,
where was
this is
grape
what I
all my
was.
life?
Grape is
And then it was
amazing.
also
I love it.
Fluffer Nutter. When we lived in when I was living in Maine for like 4 years because my dad was in the
That's where
military.
it's at.
I was all
Hmm.
about the marshmallow and peanut butter, bro.
Marshmallow and peanut butter is that shit. I didn't really have that one a lot, but you know what was a staple in my house was sugar and honey
Yo,
all
real
day.
talk. I'm
Peanut butter
about that
too.
too. I'm
Peanut
about
butter,
that
sugar, and
life.
honey. It's a
Honey,
good life.
yeah.
It's the best.
Yo, I'm about that life. I'm all about that. Yeah.
I'm the type where you put
Dude,
honey
I
on
kind of
anything.
want that now. Like I'm craving for that. I hadn't had that in so long. And we're
They make
talking peanut butter and honey and sugar
yes, sir.
combo. Okay, yeah. I was about to say
Yes, sir.
that was the good. Yo, I
Granulated
love
sugar
this. I
too.
love this old school shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like this is what I was wanting out of this. I was like, there's more we have in
Hell yeah.
common than these differences than people think. And it's
Yeah.
simple shit. Like what we
Yeah.
even ate growing up, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so I wanted to get back to that. I had the same thing where I had a specific peanut butter I liked.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
sometimes they got it, sometimes I liked Peter Pan peanut butter.
And that's what I'm
I don't
thinking was the
know.
brand I like too, as well. Like I don't know if I was into Jiffy as much as I was into Peter Pan.
I didn't mind Jiffy, but
Yeah.
I liked Peter Pan, and the fact that they had a little Disney character on the peanut butter, I was like, let's get that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go to the Filipino market, and I don't know why, but Asian markets always have Reese's peanut butter, like actual Reese's like brand peanut butter,
You know, I've seen
and
that, but I don't think I've ever had Reese's peanut butter.
it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
peanut butter.
Okay, I'm I'm
Yeah,
I'm picking
it's the
that up.
same
I'm
thing,
picking
but
that
it's
up.
peanut butter. But I always found it funny. I was like, how come Asian markets are so like much they're so much more legit than regular like a Vons and shit because they have everything you actually want from America, like all the basic shit that you but everything because I'm very like a lot of my diet is actually very Asian influenced and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and they just have all the ingredients I need there. Like
Yeah.
all the actual vegetables that I like to cook with, all the ways like I like it in Korean barbecue meat style, and you could just get them by the fucking pack. It's amazing. But what were you saying about the whole? Yeah, man, peanut butter and jelly. I feel like is a staple, especially if you grow up in America.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like other places, probably not. Like you live in the UK, you probably grew up on like beans and
Yeah. That
uh
was like the lunch staple that
tomato.
because we were talking about like what would be prepared for you to go to school and
Right, right,
shit.
right.
It
Yeah.
was always like a
So
peanut
did you
butter
ever
jelly,
get?
maybe some chips, an apple, and a Capri Sun.
So you went to elementary school in late 80s, almost like
Uh,
or
brr.
mid.
Elementary school was late 80s, early 90s. No, late 80s. Yeah, because I
Okay.
graduated high school in 96. So then it was so the 90s were high school, middle school, elementary would definitely be the 80s. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So for school lunch, do you ever get school lunch? Do you remember what
Yeah.
that
Oh
was
yeah.
like at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah.
Was
Definitely got
that
school
so? Was
lunch.
that? Would you say that was like made at the school back then? Was it like
Yeah, I
because
think it
now it's
was.
everything's frozen.
You know what? I think it was a mixture of both. I don't
Okay.
think they were definitely making it there to a degree, but it was prepared. I think they definitely started to at the beginning, earlier, 80s when I was younger, but
Hmm.
then you could see that they were bringing in more processed stuff and doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I think
as you
they
know,
made
I'm
the
from
pizza. I want to say the pizza
that
was
makes
my
sense.
jam. Pizza was, in school was the jam. But
Hmm.
then I think I don't know specifically, but I want to say, just knowing how progress works and time works and saving time for their employees, and just how production is, that I'm sure they started, utilizing already pre-processed stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I went to school in elementary school in Hawaii, as you know,
Okay.
and
I would assume they'd
they
have to make their shit right there because you were in Hawaii. It's probably
that's
hard to get a lot of shit sent out there.
yes, for sure that. But I'm pretty sure that's what they do now. I wouldn't even doubt it now. But I remember vividly that I used to have these traditional ass home cooked Hawaiian meals every lunch served to me, like full on steam, like white rice out of the rice maker with Kahlua pork and cabbage and like things that like you only saw on television sometimes it's cooked to that degree, you know what I mean? There's a
Just by
kitchen
virtue of what
somewhere.
you said, we ain't never get shit like that. Like y'all had it
Never.
made.
And then I moved to California, Southern California, in like fifth, sixth grade, so at the very end of elementary school. And then it was all chicken sandwiches and French fries and chocolate milks and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
was just like, I was, but the thing in Hawaii is a lot of people are kind of bigger, and I was a bigger kid at the time. The way they make it set up here is it looks like it's buffet style, so that's how I treated
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was like you take one and then you go take your seat. So I remember my first day in California at school, I had about 4 French fries on my little tray. I got like 2 chicken sandwiches, some chicken nuggets, a burger, 2 strawberry milks, and then like I'm such I had no idea that I was just like a dumb kid. And the yard duty or whoever the teacher comes like, did you pay for all of that? And I was like, yeah, it was like $3.25. What a good deal, huh? And they're like, that you only supposed to take one. I was like, well, do you want me to put it back? They just like, just don't do that again. Like, all right, well now I know. But at least for my first day here, I'm eating good.
I love it. That's cool. That they at least, because you can't take this shit back. So
Yeah, no, that's I wouldn't be surprised if they
that's
did though. Knowing the
hilarious.
school.
That's hilarious. No, but I can understand that. If you didn't know
Yeah.
any better, it makes sense. Yeah.
So, and for other things growing up, like what was your kind of entertainment? Because I know technology wise, my upbringing is complete. Like you had things that I mean, I have access to things that you never would have dreamed of probably growing up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Y'all
you had
generation
video
got it
games,
made.
but you guys had arcades, which I envy because
We
my
did,
thing is,
and we got to see the evolution of transiting from arcades to actual home entertainment game systems. So like, because I
yep,
had the Atari, I had the 8-bit Nintendo, the 8-bit Sega Master
Genesis.
System. Then when Genesis came along, to watch the evolution, and it was mind blowing to see like 8-bit to 16-bit to 32 to 64, Nintendo 64. What the hell? And it was just what we considered back then amazeballs.
Mhm.
Y'all would be like 64-bit. Like, what is this trash? But it was mind blowing
Yeah.
to go from like these little small polygons on an Atari or a Jaguar game system to
Mhm.
then to 64 and Super Mario Brothers. And hell, the Star Wars blew my mind because I was always a Star Wars kid growing up as an 80s kid. To see
Right.
what was that first Star Wars game on the 64, to like when they recreated the scene of Luke taking down the AT-AT, the AT-AT, that was like in the
Wasn't the
trailer
first
to the
Star
video
Wars
game. I think it was like Shadows of the Empire. Like I still have like my gaming systems
huh?
over here. Like I still have my classics.
Was the
Um,
first? It was for an NES or it was for an
it was on the
arcade?
Nintendo 64.
Oh, okay.
They had a Star Wars game on like the earlier Nintendos, but to actually do like in a 3D, that's
Right.
closer to what today is, it was the 64-bit system. But yeah, just to
Right.
see that evolution. But yeah, I'll never forget going to arcades in high school and playing Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Pit Fighter, Double Dragon, and putting your quarters up and be like, I got next, bitch. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then battling, and like, you'd have your crew and you'd have another crew, and then you battle on that. And then you may take it out to the street later on. You may come out the arcade and be like, what up, son? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like how you just kind of kept on doing the little bitch leg sweep on me a fucking 5 billion times. You ain't let me get out the corner, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Doing that bitch shit. And
I
yeah,
don't
man,
like
that
how
was
every time
crazy
I beat your
times, but it was
Sean
a lot of
Pac-Man,
fun.
you came back. Yeah. That's and see, I understand like my generation. The thing is, I feel like my generation isn't like they are spoiled in a sense. Like, you
Mhm.
know, we're just subject to our time.
Yeah,
But you guys had so much more fun, I feel like, from the looks of it, because everything was so new and never
yeah,
done before, and you guys were the first ones to get it. It was more, I feel like back then people were really more appreciative of these events that were happening in front of them, because that's was the highlights of their life. Now we have too much of that in front of us on a screen all day, where we have so much information to process that so little um you know, kind of can grab our attention and make us think this is like, I think coronavirus is probably like the first thing my generation could look at and think, wow, this is really like life altering for everybody. You know what I mean? Like this is on a greater scale. Like it's not something that's just going to go away after a couple trends on Twitter. You know what I
hmm
mean?
I would say
And
I, 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 a younger me would disagree with you, um,
mhm,
because you know what I'm saying, like yeah, we had it more, you know, we had it made, and y'all taking shit for granted. I think it's just different times, just different ways of times and different ways of looking things. I'm different in my mindset now. Like
yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
I think I'm blessed from what I experienced because that's what I know. But then I
Yeah,
think you're blessed in a whole other way in fashion and mindset than I'll ever know. You know what I'm saying? So I think you know
that's true. Yeah,
we're both very lucky to you know to in our own ways.
there are
Um,
pros and cons. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I think it was the classic times. I think you know we went out, we were out a lot more than this new gen because I
Hmm.
see it in my daughter. Like you know she just kind of stays at home where like girl get out the house, but she can't get out the house because she's a kid, and then also we're in a pandemic. But like
Yeah.
I think the difference is because of the technology where it's at now, you guys can just do everything at home or wherever and really be, I guess, an introvert. Whereas we didn't have DSL internet or whatever the speed is now. Like we had dial
Yeah.
up and that shit was garbage. But
You had
if that's your
AOL.
only choice, then that was your only choice.
Yeah.
So you were just kind of forced to go out. And there's something to be said about going out and being amongst your peers and then just relationship building and you know just a whole nother mindset and shit uh
It is
that I think
different. It
is
for sure is
classic
different.
and different. um and I love that, but then at the same time, um not everybody's like that, you know what I'm saying, and you had to build confidence in there, and there were times where I wasn't fully confident in all that. So I yeah, like you were saying, there's pros and cons to each type. um all I know is what I know did growing up, and I'm thankful for those experiences. But at the same time, I'm jealous to a lot of your shit. You know, from on your end of things, I think you guys got it made. Um, but yeah, but like I can see from your standpoint too, it's just it's again it's different times, and you know you are what we can't choose what time
Nah.
we grew up in,
You just gotta be
and,
happy with what you
and just
got.
exactly, man. You know.
I think the blessing about where I'm at is I have access to everything that you kind of had to wait for, if
Yeah.
anything. Because I'm a big fan of the era you got to experience. Like I don't know what it is. Like I think maybe a past life I was probably in the 80s, like fucking it up. Had to
Yeah,
admit.
yeah.
And I just partied too hard and then I came over here. But because I'm an
Yeah, you were
old head compared to
reincarnated.
my
You partied too hard during the 80s, and then so your spirit was living it up and a little bit
my
probably too
next
much. And so when
life,
you got born, you're reincarnated
just
into
missed my
now.
last life. Yep. Um, but yeah, because I actually like I look for stuff like that. I look for because out here we have no, we had two, but now we only have one. Uh, old school arcades left. Like
Yeah.
it's hard to find spots like that, and it's still newer to the point where you don't use quarters no more. I felt stupid as fuck the first time I came to this place because you pay by the hour.
Oh wow.
I came with $30 worth of quarters. I
Yeah.
was planning on having a night.
Do they not like have a Dave and Buster's? Are there Dave and Buster's on the West Coast?
Yeah, there's a bunch, and I hate them. I spent my 22nd.
Yeah, you can waste a lot of money at Dave and Buster's because I think that's the only real arcade place style places now. Is like
for adults, and it's cool, but it's all. The thing is, without here, I don't know how people treat Dave and Buster's out on the East Coast, but people out on the West Coast treat it like it's a fucking club. Because you see girls in high heels and short skirts, and you see dudes like in blazers and all kinds of things. I'm just like, can y'all wear t-shirts? Like, I'm here trying to play Pac-Man, and you guys are out here dancing, getting fucked up at the bar. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I understand how that's appealing to most people. I'm not most people. I don't like to drink. I don't like to, kind of mingle that way. I like to get to know people on like a deeper level, be able to talk to you. Good music, yeah, but not anything where it's kind of like flashy. So, I remember for my 22nd birthday, my boys they wanted to take me go-karting. That fell through, and then we ended up just staying at Dave and Buster's. I stayed on a Pac-Man game, a really big one where it showed like it had to have been like maybe 300 inches wide or something like that. It was a big screen. And I stayed at Pac-Man for 3.5 hours.
Oh, wow.
The whole time there. And I kept beating my high score. I'm a big Pac-Man guy.
Okay.
I don't know if I understand the algorithm to like how the ghosts are set up or what, but I just love that game.
Oh.
So that and Galaga.
Okay.
So I pretty much stay on those two games.
You really are a classic cat, man. So you know those times, man. That's dope.
So whenever I came around back to the old school arcade, I just ended up like spending like 2 hours there because, like I said, you have to pay by the hour instead of quarters. And they had some good games, like some really good games. They had like Hubert. They had a bunch of pinball machines in the back. They had me out, but it was cool because they also had like a Switch in the very back, so people can play that too. Yeah. But like Mario Kart or something. Yeah, dude, I like the whole feeling of the 80s, like the neon, just the vibrant colors, the style of everything, but also the hip hop scene was just popping off,
bruh.
And I would have loved
that is one thing that y'all will never understand. I feel I watched hip hop become fucking hip hop, like seeing the rise of the East Coast and the rise of the West Coast. Watching Snoop Dogg come out for the first time, LL Cool J is hard as hell. Rock the Bells coming out for just the evolution of taking it from the Bronx, or even before that with Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, to then, man, just Bronx and Breaking and Run DMC, LL Cool J, the Fat Boys, Cool Mo D, Big Daddy Kane, Prince. Oh my God, bro! And then
Cool G Rap,
Cool G, bruh. And then the rise of, bruh, just the West Coast, the East Coast, NWA, and then later on when ATL in the South and bruh, just the evolution. I lived through the evolution of hip hop.
I want to see how good your hip hop is real quick because this is an old school group. Not a lot of people know them. They're from the East Coast. Do you know who Camp Lo is?
Do I know? You talk about Lucchini, this is it, what? Bro, I used to bop Lucchini, Camp Lo. Lucchini was their track.
I know Lucchini, bro.
I used to Lucchini was one of my tracks. There's another track that I really enjoyed, but Lucchini was like my shit. Camp Lo was my shit, son. Like, dog. Yeah. If you come here and see my musical collection, you're gonna bug out. Because, like, again, I grew up with fucking hip hop, and also what y'all won't understand as well, because y'all are digital based, but like from the tape game to the CD game, and then there was this thing called Columbia House or whatever. It was like you send away for like 10 CDs or whatever for like $1, and then I would run it up, and I got everything sent to the house through Columbia Warehouse or whatever, like this little catalog. If you like initially sign up, you get like 10 CDs for free for $1, and then you get like buy one get one free. I was running that shit up. I got in trouble with my parents on that. And then there's the Sam Goody.
That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of Fortnite skins back then,
bruh. I was a music head, a music heavy head, man.
Y'all had good record stores back then.
Oh hell
Good
yeah.
record stores
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
just going through and
I worked at
looking.
a record store.
Nothing
One of
with
my
you
first
though.
jobs was
A
at a record
word.
store, man. Yeah, Camelot Music. It was called Camelot. It was in the mall. And I'll never
That's
forget,
dope.
man, when because I was such a music head, part of my game and trying to get women was like they would come in, humming like a little tune and not know who the artist was. And I'll never
Mhm.
forget this one because I scored a lot of ladies off this track. I was living in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was all about that booty music, Uncle Luke,
Mhm.
69 Boys, Dirty South. There's a track called My Boo by Quad City DJs. And no one at that time, no one knew who was the name of that, what was the name of the actual song that was called My
Mhm.
Boo, and that was performed by Quad City DJs, and that it was on a album called So So Def by Jermaine Dupri. He had like this
I
mixtape
love
called So
Jermaine
So Def
Dupri.
Volume 3. You know what I'm saying, bruh? I can go in on some music, man. And they're like, yo, where
So can
can I
I.
get that track? Is
Oh,
it a
that's so.
single? And I like, yo, here you go, right here, girl. And here's my number two. What's up? Or here's my and I
There you
and I had
go.
a pager, bro. We had pagers back in the day, and so like here's my number. You can page me, hit me up. We can connect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. You got me reminiscing
Spitting.
like a motherfucker right now, bro.
I love it. I love it. That
Yo,
sounds
real quick
like.
before we dip on the music, I want to go back to the arcade shit real quick. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
curious
yeah, yeah.
because you're an 80s head and because you love Pac-Man and you love Galaga and shit. There was beyond like the stand-up arcades, one of the joints that
Mhm.
I used to love playing from back in the day, and the only place I think it really you could play on them besides like at our arcade were at Pizza Huts. Where it would be a table style arcade, and you'd look down into the table and you'd have like your little
Yep. I
roller
know exactly
ball.
what you.
That's how I
Mhm.
played Pac-Man a lot and some of those other
Yep.
old classics. Do you remember that shit?
Bro, there's still somewhere I can play that right now.
Okay, cool. So
I
you know
know
what I'm talking
exactly
about.
where. Yeah, they
I
actually. I used
loved
to
playing
play that.
Pac-Man and those style games on that type of device instead of the stand-ups.
So you had them you had them at Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I had them at an old spaghetti factory. Do you know what that
Oh
is?
shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I don't know because I only had one in Hawaii, and as a kid, I don't know where they had old spaghetti factories or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they had a sit down Pac-Man one where you're facing and whatnot, and I think it had other games too, but I only played Pac-Man. And
Yeah.
every time we were waiting for our table at Spaghetti Factory, I would just be at the Pac-Man thing.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, I remember that exactly.
That's a classic, man. I love
It
that
is.
top down shit. I actually want to get one for the crib, but I don't know where I would put it because I've there's when you come visit your boy, man, you'll see, man, it's crazy. But like
Dude,
there's just
I'm trying
something
to
to be
make a
said
trip
about
just
that top down shit that just
yeah.
puts me back into a young kid way. And I just loved playing Pac-Man. And there's like a Dungeons and Dragons style game where you could either choose
I
like
know
the big
exactly what you're talking
barbarian,
about.
and it was
Hmm.
perfect on that system, like that top down. God, it's gonna fuck me up now. But I don't know, Wizards and Warriors, not Wizards and
Hmm.
Warriors, but you know what I'm talking. Where you, four different kind of mint characters select,
I know
and then
exactly
you're
what
going
you're
through like
talking
a
about.
cavern cave type shit. Or it was fun on that
Yeah,
shit.
it's
Anyway,
castles. Like it's just yeah.
yeah.
I also loved my favorite one of my favorite things to play in an arcade is Turtles in Time. Or not just
Oh
Turtles in
yeah,
Time,
yeah.
but like just the straight Ninja Turtle games. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Or the Simpsons, because it's the same style.
Yes. Oh, I miss. That's another thing I miss about arcades, man. Where those four-player type games, the
Hmm.
X-Men joint was a classic. If you ever played the X-Men joint,
I've
uh,
seen it, but I haven't played it personally.
bro, that shit was the shit. But the Simpsons one was another classic, where
Yeah,
you can do that. The Turtle
I love
games were
Tron.
classics on that type of. It was something to be said, man, because you could get a squad together. You know what I'm saying? Partner up
Get your
right
whole
there.
all your boys and
Yeah,
just try and
and
beat the
go to
game
town,
in
man.
one
That shit
go.
was the best, man. That shit was the best. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's I mean, it's different because you have to be with each other in person. You don't just like text one another, hey, get online.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. So, that's just the kind of upbringing. I mean, so I think you think I was brought up on nothing but the internet. I think I'm the type of generation that was on the cusp of like I still went outside and played a good amount of my childhood. because
Okay.
a lot of the social media, a lot of the stuff really didn't become where it is today until like the end of my high school career. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
I didn't really get Facebook until high school and all that kind of stuff. Like
Were you in
all the social
MySpace? Do you remember the
I
MySpace?
I remember it, but I wasn't allowed to have it.
Okay.
So I was really outside playing a lot in
Gotcha.
Hawaii too, because I don't know if you don't know, Hawaii is like 10 years behind everybody else
That is true.
until
Yeah.
iPhones came along. iPhones kind of caught everybody up. But
Got it.
before that, you know, people were listening to back in like 2012, people were listening to 50 Cent's Candy Shop still. You know what I mean? And that was still on the radio.
But see,
But
y'all were in
yeah, but
Hawaii, man. Sun and waves and beautiful weather.
oh, I
Like,
have everything around me I need. I don't need to be
yeah,
online. Only thing I
exactly.
went online for at the time was YouTube when it was super old, and the biggest video was Journey's "Don't Stop Believing." Um, but yeah, what were we getting on after arcades? We were talking about
We're
hip
music.
hop.
We're wilding out about
Yeah,
Camp
let's
Low
end with hip hop
and
because
hip
I feel
hop.
like that'd be a good closer. I actually there's a record store that closed down back in 2010. It's called Fat Beats. It's a very like profound record shop for LA. And it
Okay.
was a big deal when it closed down. And a lot of underground artists, because the way I got into hip hop originally was in middle school, like seventh grade. And
Yeah.
my uncle just gave me a hard drive with 13,000 songs. And he's
Dope.
like, go to town.
Yeah.
And I found a lot of music. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
found KRS-One. I
Yes.
found
Boogie Down
Nas. I'm a big
Productions.
Jay-Z guy.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
it's crazy because I got to meet KRS-One at the closing of the place because he's actually
Dope.
done interviews and he was at Fat Beats like a motherfucker.
Dope.
I got to meet some dude I was fucking listening to heavy at the time. I'm trying to remember his name, but he was really big at the time. He was kind of like The Game almost, but he wasn't. I liked. Have you ever heard of Evidence? He's a big Venice rapper.
Evidence. No.
He does a
No.
lot of stuff with the Alchemists and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I heard Alchemist.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'm kind of like I was getting into the whole West Coast underground scene. You know, Be
Yeah. That's a whole
Real,
different scene there
Cypress
too.
Hill
Yeah.
was like bringing up a lot of artists at the time, and it is a different scene. But that it kind of opened me up to a whole new thing with hip hop when it came to like African Bambaataa and
Mm,
like you said, Big Daddy Kane
yeah.
and all these old heads. That, but realistically, because I like to know the whole history of it. I like to like know who started it, where it progressed to, and who's running it now. Not the
Mm,
biggest fan of where hip hop's at right now, but at the
yeah.
same time, it's for what the kids like, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm really more into the 90s.
Yeah.
Everything that happened within like the mid to late 90s and a little early 2000s, I feel was like prime hip hop.
Yeah. I can't argue that. You know what I'm saying? I think that there's different periods I go in between. Um, I just love it, man. And like you, I'm not such a big fan of the current shit, but there are some shit that's different, man, that I'm feeling.
There's some shit that
But
bops
I've been
today. I'm not
blessed
gonna
to just
forget, you
grow up
know?
with all
Yeah.
that shit, man.
Yeah,
It's
like you're
been
saying
such an amazing ride.
you graduated in
Yeah.
96, you said?
Yeah, 96. And I
That
also
means
want to
you
say that
yeah.
what I'm discovering now as a hip hop head is because since I grew up with all that and I'm not liking the current more popular tastes, so I'm kind of
Mhm.
finding international style artists and not even international. I've been mining because because the Chopal show in a way, as I'll say this, because Chopal show trying to dig into my Filipino roots with that show, looking into Filipino hip hop, which I really didn't do back then as
There's
much
a
because
big
it wasn't
cat.
out
There's a
there,
big
and
guy, right?
finding that there's so much amazing Filipino hip hop. And in San
Yeah.
Francisco, where we have a heavy population, uh, how a lot of the San Francisco rappers are like in love with, like you, current,
Mhm.
this your generation is in love with the music and the hip hop from my time period, and they're putting
Right.
a lot of that into the work. So like right now, one of my big time favorites, Filipino rappers, is a young female rapper by the name of Ruby Ibarra. Insane. I
I
love her
okay.
shit. She recently just dropped a track. Well, actually, this track has been out a couple months, but they just dropped the music video. She did a track
Mhm.
with Ella J Bosco, who's a famous. You've seen her. She was a Cassandra Cain in Birds of Prey,
Okay.
with
Yeah.
Margot Robbie.
Mm-hmm.
She's the daughter of Derek Bosco, who is one of the Bosco brothers. With Dante, Dion, and
That's
all of
tight.
them. But Ella's an actress, and also she's a singer, and she recorded a track with Ruby, and they just recently dropped a music video called Gold for the song called Gold. But Ruby, man, because I'm trying to book her for my show pal show as well.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of went into a cold, not expecting much, because there's some rappers that just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because again, I grew up on hip hop, like so it's like I'll give you a chance, but are you really with it?
Mm-hmm.
Her debut album, and it's shit. I should have looked and pulled it up so I can give you the name of the album. But Ruby Ibarra, RUBYIBARRA, Ruby Ibarra, man, her if you listen to that album, it talks about her experience as a Filipino growing up in America, immigrating from the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines, then growing up in America. Her tempo, the beats, her flow, she channels so many different like styles from the time period that you love, and from being a fan of that old school hip hop, and from what I
Right.
grew up with. Uh, like I'm blown that she's not more of a mainstream cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I was blown away, and I have very, very high standards, and it was just an amazing track, an amazing album. But I've been discovering a lot of Filipino hip hop, and just seeing that, and just some of the beats. Again, it shows a nod and appreciation for what came before, and
Right.
I'm just loving the Filipino hip hop right now. But
Have
even
you
outside of Filipino hip hop, man,
yeah.
a friend put me onto this South American rapper, and this other South African rapper. There's this French rapper. I think internationally, hip hop is evolving and changing, and most of it, because they're fans of the generation of hip hop that I grew up with, that you're a
Right.
fan of as well. And by virtue of what you were saying, you like the older shit. That's what is happening internationally, and so because we're more ringtone style, and again, I don't want to make it come off like I'm knocking new style
Yeah. I
rappers,
feel you.
because get your money, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate on that game, but
Right.
the fans of current hip hop, or at least internationally, have that love for the old school, and they're still continuing that on, and coming out with substance and flow and beats that take you back to that time period. And I'm all here for it, man. It's good shit.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna have
get
to
into
share
it.
some of these
Yeah, man. You gotta
people
send
I'm
some shit
listening
my
to with you,
way.
bro, because they're killing it. They're killing it.
I'm interested. I gotta know. Before I forget though, have you heard of Bamboo?
Of course. I was gonna drop one of those names earlier. But I was like, I know I'm gonna fuck up on names right now, and
Bamboo and
because I'm
Rocky
still trying to think
Rivera?
of the Ruby Ibarra album name. But fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Bamboo, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I've been Bamboo was actually there the night too at Fat Beats, but I didn't know who he
Dope.
was at the time. My uncle, the one who put me on, gave me 13,000 songs to fuck with.
Yeah.
He was the one who got me into all this hip hop game, and
Love it.
he was showing me all these different types of folk, and he still reps all of that underground stuff heavy. I'm
Yeah.
just, I'm on to different things. But that's dope, man. That's dope that you're still finding ways to get newer music that still brings you back to what like you originally love, which is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
more of that era. I kind of just listen to that era, or I just go to different eras and switch genres and like, just
Yeah.
take breaks. Because like just with 80s in general, I still like a lot of 80s pop. I listen to a lot of Cyndi Lauper.
Oh
I
hell yeah.
listen
Yeah.
to,
There's something to be said
you
about
know,
that, man.
I listen to a lot of that kind of music because
I'm with you.
it's feel good music for me.
Totally. And you
Um,
hit the nail on the head right there with the feel good. Cause there's
mhm.
just a certain vibe when certain tracks from that time period. I'm a big Huey Lewis in the
Cocaine.
blue.
I'm just kidding.
Huh?
I
You're
was into
lying?
cocaine.
Oh,
Nah,
I'm
that's what it was
a
feel
big Huey
good.
Lewis guy, man.
I
A lot of
love
people don't
Huey
know that
Lewis.
because I'm a big hip hop head. But like, I'm an Aerosmith guy. I'm an AC/DC
Hmm.
guy.
Black Sabbath.
Leonard Skinner, Black Sabbath, Paul Simon.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about Paul Simon. You know, I like blues and jazz, bro. I'm a big blues guy.
I'm
Well, more so
Japanese
jazz
jazz.
guy.
I
John
like Japanese
Coltrane,
jazz.
Miles Davis, bruh. I'm into all of that. I'm a big music head. I'm a big
Yeah.
music head, and I love it
Same.
all. Yeah.
We're gonna have to have another episode just on
Oh
music
hell yeah.
alone. I feel like,
Yeah,
you know,
come with
there's a
our
lot of
playlist. Come with our top fives
exactly. We
and
got from
recommendations. I
different
want to get that.
genres.
Hell yeah.
Because I like a lot of Marvin Gaye and Teddy Pendergrass type of
Yeah.
shit too. I want to
Oh,
run by.
yes.
You know,
That's how
that's a
you want
whole
to, when you
different.
want to get sexy time with your girl. That's the shit you got to put on.
You
Like,
know what's
fuck all this
crazy?
other shit. Like this. Come on now. They don't know
I
what you
agree, but in my generation, they don't know nothing about that. I
know.
remember specifically. I'll end on this last story because I think we're around like an hour.
Yeah.
Um, like one of my first dates with a car. You know what I mean? Not that those kid things where like, yeah, just meet me here. I'll take the bus. I'll meet you.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like I'll pick you up,
Yeah.
and we can have a moment there and a moment back. Like it's a whole like it's a date. And I was like, I got this playlist going on. I got this free Apple Music trial that I got for the weekend. Like, I'm gonna make it good.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of Teddy Pendergrass. I had some Tina Turner in there. Like, I was just like good, feel good music. And she wasn't vibing with it at all. She
Oh,
was like,
let her
"This is
go.
this is what my parents listen to." I was like, "Yeah, because it's good." You want me to you want me to make a move playing Nicki Minaj? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, apparently. But
Wow.
yeah, man, just shows like the difference of like I guess what my age differs from like actually what I'm into. But that's all
Yeah.
good. You know what I mean? I just find my crowd, fit in, like find where I fit in, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's crazy, man. But
yeah, man,
yeah, oh no, I feel that, man. Yeah, I would love, yeah, we gotta do a music joint and talk on that and
we'll plan it. We'll
have
for
some
sure
fun
plan
with
it.
it, man. Yeah.
I love you,
And
bro. This
actually,
is a
man, I
fun
want to do
episode. What up? Yeah.
a lot of people are like, man, when are you gonna get back into doing some gaming shit? Because you're into the old classics, man. We gotta find ways we can like maybe like play a little, we'll do some one-on-one Twitch style shit. I don't know. I'm
We
starting to
can,
learn a little bit more to this Twitch shit, but like where we can, you know, maybe face off on like some classic games
that'd
and
be
also
dope if we
talk and
can
have
do a
fun at the same time. Yeah, live
live
stream.
stream of some old school games and just
Yeah.
bullshit and trying to beat each other's high scores.
Fuck yeah, let's do
That'd
that
be
shit.
fun.
And we'll have
Let's
the
try and
dual
figure some new
screens. We'll have the
content
dual
out.
views. They'll see us talking, and then we'll also show them the game screen of us battling and shit. Let's have some fun with that,
I'm
man.
excited, bro. The community we're trying to build as like all this stuff is going down. I feel like it's a perfect time with all this new stuff coming in and with all the
Oh, yeah.
ideas that we're having, trying to accomplish and everything like that. There's some good content that's about to come out.
Fuck yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's have fun, brother,
Yeah.
man. This was fun, bro. You got me
This was fun,
reminiscing.
bro.
You got me wanting to go fix myself a peanut butter and a honey and sugar sandwich right now, bruh, and
Man,
play
I just
some of
want to
my
go play
old
my
classics,
NES.
bruh.
I'm about to go play my NES right now. I got
Yeah.
that plugged in.
Hell yeah, man.
But hell yeah, man. I know it's late over there for you. We got a little bit of a time difference and everything. We're switching schedules if y'all didn't know, just because of work and whatnot. But I appreciate you guys to the fullest for just like
Bro, always, man.
grinding with this. And I'm glad where this is headed. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro. Same here, man. You ain't gotta say no more. You squad, we family, man. You know what I'm saying? You might be
Exactly.
on the West Coast and I might be on the East Coast, but we brothers, we fam, we gonna make it happen, man. So
Sir,
it's all love, bro. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, it's a good episode. Hopefully we have Tranquil on next time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And have some
everybody.
fun. We'll bring some people back. She and I were
Yes, we'll
marinating
have
on
more
topics.
guests.
Marinate as well on some topics, man. Let me know some you got in mind, and then I'll see if I can't work some of my magic to bring some people in to talk on some shit. We're gonna have fun, man. We're gonna keep doing this. So we ain't got nothing but time, bro. We're gonna have fun. And then hopefully once we're all vaccinated, we can do it in person. Because I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And I'm already with that vaccinated gang, so we're all good on there. I gotta make my way over to you. I want to go see everything you've shown me before, bro. That your whole setup is crazy to me. I still like dream about that sometimes, man. I'm gonna have my room just
man.
like
I got you. And I'll probably leave you with something because I need to get some of this shit out of here. I got too much shit.
I ain't gonna hate.
I tell everybody, man, you want to bring something? Cause shit keeps coming in, man. I'm like, I don't need no more swag. Like,
you
damn.
get a goodie bag when you go to Kuya.
Hell yeah. I take care of people. Yo, before we leave out, man, since we're signing off, why don't you tell them how they can hit you up, bro? To everybody that are watching.
Roohkage, Roohkage on Instagram, Twitter, and now newly on TikTok. TikTok's coming soon. DM me on what I should post because I still don't know what I'm doing on there. But
you ain't doing the dance things?
Yeah, man.
Isn't that why people do TikTok?
I think I might do food blogs. I think food blogs and like traveling might be my avenue in that because that's another passion of mine.
I see you doing that.
So
I'd be tuned in.
Like. Hey, you see my Instagram posts. I'm always eating good. Like I might as well just like shoot videos.
Hell yeah, I feel that. I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where you can find me at. Yeah, I interact with everybody. Like I love the whole inclusivity. Just like I want to like connect with people. So never feel obligated. Like just always hit me up if you feel like it. I'm an open book.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, I'm gonna tune in. I may start a TikTok. I don't know. I don't know if because I was thinking about it because
your daughters help you. They know all about it.
Yeah, because my daughter's a dancer and I'm a former dancer in my young days. I don't know if I've been told I'm stiff. At least that's what my wife tells me. When I try to do a little something, she's like, "You too stiff." I'm like, "Really?" Because I feel I got it. But you know what? Yeah,
I try to dance. My girl calls me dense. She calls me dense. That's a way worse word. I feel like at least you just stiff.
Damn, man, they hating, brother. They hating. I'll be dancing with you. We'll dance.
I'll two-step. I'll just two-step. I'm chilling off that. But let's get that review. Everybody look out for that review we're gonna do off of the homie's new Netflix show. What's it called?
Oh yeah. Yasuke. Because I'm fucking it up now. Because I was saying Yasuki, but Yasuke is how Lakeith said it when I was watching the trailer. Actually,
look out for the review.
I'm gonna go watch Yasuke. Cool. And yeah, we'll rock that. Your boy Kuya P. You can follow me at Strange Since 1977, as well as at Temple Far East. Here at the NRW with my man Roohkage and Tranquil Ashes. At the NRW and at New Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. And if you want POC perspective within pop culture, make sure you check out the Nerds of Color at the Nerds of Color on everything. Yo, bruh, another great one. We love you, Tranquil. We'll see you next time. But Roohkage,
love you,
Kuya P, man. This was fun, man.
Enough. Have a good one, all.